What's up, crypto heads? Bitcoin Street here. Daily chart, no, 12-hour chart of chainlink. I'm going to zoom in on this right here. We've got gravestone doji action. I just want to make this video basically about the crypto market in general. Probably in for a dump here pretty quick. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be some catastrophic, amazing straight down thing, but probably coming down. Last video I made about chainlink, I entered a trade. When I do this, I leg in small increments. I had a short net set up. I just called it a short net. It was a bunch of little short trades. It started at like 1540 and went up here. Let's get my entry line on here, liquidation price. Real quick, I'm gonna go to the Bitcoin chart and show you something on Bitcoin. But real quick here, my last video, chainlink, I showed this trade I made. I talked about this. In 20 minutes, I'm gonna get 1/100% of $8,043. So even though I'm down 253, like I do this, I intended on going underwater, right? I saw it pumping. Well, I mean, I had a short net set up. I didn't think it was going to pump all the way up to almost $19. That caught me off guard. But when that happened, I got a lot to say here, don't I? When that happened, here, let's zoom in a little. Let's go to the big screen. If you're new to my channel, this is probably going to be a really nice trade for me. Some of my best trades have been like this, where I go underwater. What I was doing is I was shorting this range. It's basically in this range, these two horizontal white lines, $13 to $17. So I wasn't anticipating it blasting through there. There was a story. I don't want to make this video too long, but there was a story about how some old chainlink wallets went active. They were dormant and went active, and they moved their chainlink onto like exchanges, and somehow that was a positive thing. But it's kind of confusing sometimes in crypto, because that's probably a negative thing, right? People putting their old chainlink onto exchanges from their wallets where they invested in their wallets, and they take them from their wallets and put them on exchanges. I don't know why that was considered bullish. Sometimes social media gets a hold of stuff and it just pumps and pumps and pumps. It can just do weird things. Right? A bad story can make it pump. I don't get it. If someone out there knows why old investors in chainlink taking chainlink out of their wallet and storage and putting it onto exchanges, why that would be bullish, I don't know. It boggles my mind. Other than putting liquidity in the market, I don't understand, right? Because generally when they put crypto on exchanges, they're going to sell. So that's weird in itself. But I do think we got a dump coming. Weird thing is, let me get this out of my mouth. I got these two orange yellow lines here. It's forming, chainlink's kind of forming a megaphone. So how I could be wrong with that short trade, small increments on the way up. I legged in, right? Up here, all these red dashed lines. The yellow line's my liquidation. The red lines are me protecting. If it comes way up here, then these little shorts will trigger, and this yellow line will get pushed way up here to like 23, 24, right? So, and if the danger is it came out of this megaphone and it got up here and it established a new range, right? From like 19 to 24. That would be how I could be wrong. Otherwise, this is probably coming down. $17 is what I'm looking at. Can it crack 18? 18's here. It has failed. It's got rejected several times from 18. It looks like it's coming back down now. But I'm basically saying this about the whole crypto market in general. Bitcoin is probably on the verge of falling. Chainlink, if this happened, chainlink could come all the way back down here. It's like the $12 range. In the next 10 days, if it came down to the bottom, if this is a megaphone, it looks like it. The bottom megaphone isn't really there. It's got a couple data points, but it's not real clean and perfect. But this top one has 1, 2, 3, now 4, and that's where I saw it. Right, you can kind of see it. The highs are higher and the lows are lower. So if it came back down here, you could be looking at $11 chainlink. That probably won't happen, but it might come and stop like in the middle, $15 or whatever. But anyways, what am I saying in a nutshell? Just probably dumpy. It's probably gonna be dumpy. It'll probably be a slow, methodical dump. No big no big red death wicks, death candles. But as soon as I say that's not going to happen, it probably will. Sometimes I feel like there's a quantum computer out there stalking me. Because I've been watching this and I haven't traded for a long time, right? I've been watching this range. And finally, when Chainlink was like right in here, $14, $15, I set up a short net thinking it would come back up to the top of the range, right? And as soon as I did that, I went to sleep and woke up and I see I see this thing blast up to almost $19, right? Trying to establish a new range. And because of some story that social media got a hold of, that some old wallets moved some Chainlink to exchanges. I don't know why that's bullish. Like I said a few times, it's kind of weird sometimes. It's almost Orwellian sometimes in the crypto world, right? A negative story can somehow get flipped into a bullish pump. I don't know. That's enough of that. But okay, this is the 12-hour. Let's zoom out. What do I want to say? These blue vertical lines. Let's tie this up. I'm getting long-winded here. These blue vertical lines correspond with the dump of Bitcoin. And this chart doesn't go back far enough. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. I noticed a long time ago, if you watch my videos, I talked about this before. Chainlink and Bitcoin are correlated with the dumps sometimes. Not every time. It's not a rule. Chainlink, daily chart, when it dumps, blue line here, blue line here. All these vertical, now it's not every dump, right? But all these blue lines correlate with big Bitcoin dumps. Every one of these, boom, boom. And what it was through here, in the last range, back through here, through the bear winter. See, this is USDT. Femex switched over to USDT. They don't have USD anymore, so I can't go back further. But to the left, all the big major corrections for Chainlink through the winter correlated exactly on the day with Bitcoin dumping, having corrections. And that pattern's still there. So I went back, and now it's up in this new range here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Likely this is the 5th big peak of Chainlink in this range. Although Chainlink is trying to establish a new range, and that's not impossible. So that's why I'm guarding, right? I'm playing the short for it to dump, but I'm doing that with the idea that it could still pump up to like 22, 23, 24. So I'm guarding that. Kind of turn it into a video game, right? That's my wall, right? That's my defense. So if it came back up, what I would do, how I'd play this, and a lot of people might not agree with this or do it this way, but it's just kind of what I've got accustomed to. I can be a little wrong, I can be a lot wrong, and still come out fine. What would happen here is these would trigger, my liquidation line will move up way up here, like 24, 25 eventually. Just short increments, little increments, and as it goes up, and that would raise my inline. I'm in for $17. I'm in at 17.03 a short, which is at the very top of this range, which should be a wonderful short. If it comes back down, this could be an absolutely wonderful trade. But maybe I did make a mistake. Maybe it gets on top of this megaphone and establishes a new range. Bitcoin did that to me quite a long time ago. I did in a video. Bitcoin went boom, blasted all the way through the megaphone and got up here. But it's a bit unrealistic right now in this landscape for it to continue. But we'll see. But anyways, all these points, boom, 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 boom. And maybe, boom, maybe there's a blue vertical line here. See, every time Chainlink dumps, every time Chainlink pumps, peaks out, all these blue lines are Bitcoin dumps. And they're major. They're like 20%. Boom. See that? Bitcoin. So let's go to the Bitcoin chart. Let me show you Bitcoin. Bitcoin USD. This should be this whole cycle here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's put it on the big screen. Sometimes you gotta go to the big screen, folks. Okay, so here it is. So what I was talking about, I couldn't get that Chainlink chart to go back as far, but here, This is all chain link peaks in the range I was talking about, right? Ever since Bitcoin came all the way down to the bottom, Chainlink was in that first range, and now Chainlink's up in the second range. Peak, Chainlink, peak, Chainlink, Chainlink, peak, Chainlink, pink, Chainlink, pink, pink, pink. Chainlink's not pink. Chainlink peaked, Chainlink peaked, 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 peaked. Zoom out so you can see a little better. Now these don't look like a lot, but that's over 20% correction. It's close to 20%. Just for ballpark, let's measure one. I don't want to make this too long. Let's measure this one right here. Take my magnet off. Let's measure. Now these are all peaks. The blue vertical lines are all peaks, all tops on that Chainlink chart. Chainlink in that range where it comes up, peaks, comes down. These blue vertical lines are the exact same thing on that Chainlink chart. Now on the Bitcoin chart. So let's just look for perspective what Bitcoin could be doing right now as I make this video. Okay, let's do this one. Let me make sure I'm doing here. 19. A little under 19%. So that's almost a 20% dump, right? That's nothing to sneeze at. Let's go measure another one as the Bitcoin price goes higher and higher. Let's measure this little one up here. Let's measure this one right here. This little guy. Doesn't look like much, does it? Let's measure that from there, just a couple days. This is a daily chart, couple days. That's 10%. That's a 10% correction, right? And so this one here is like 20. This is every time Chainlink peaks, right? Chainlink did not peak here on a big Bitcoin dump. That's interesting. That was the ETF hype. That was the ETF hype, so that was mainly more of a Bitcoin specific deal. But let's just measure this last little one here. Top of that candle to the, say a couple of days later, the green one. That's 8%. So say that Bitcoin just dumps 10% here, because Chainlink has definitely peaked. Chainlink has the possibility, like I said, of continuing up into a new range. I think it's unrealistic and highly unlikely. But let's say Bitcoin from right here, say dump 10%. That would be a $38,600 Bitcoin, right? We've seen multiple 10% dumps in there, and a 20% one. I don't think it's going to be a huge dump or anything, but 20%, we'll take it to 34,200, and that fits in pretty good with the macro jive that I've seen on Bitcoin. It's due for a correction. It really is. This has been, $16,000 here. A correction, little corrections. Nothing really over 20%. There's been no major correction. So this whole thing, like here, is kind of ETF baked in, right? And here's the ETF, and right, immediately, boom. And then kind of recovers, and then comes back up. This is probably kind of a dead cat bouncy guy. And Bitcoin's probably coming down. I don't think it's going too far. Mid 30,000s would be my guess. And after that, probably just kind of blabbity, blabbity, bloobity, blabbity, blabbity till the halving event, right? There's nothing super exciting, but let's go back to the Chainlink chart. Now, I don't want to be short for too long, right? I don't want this to last more than a couple weeks. Whoops, I just moved that thing. I don't want this to last more than a couple weeks. But like I said, in 6 minutes, I'm going to get paid a little over 80 cents. It's not exactly 100%. It's a little bit more for shorts sometimes. It'll end up being like, I'll get almost like 90 cents off this. So I'll be in profit like $3.30, $3.40 here in 6 minutes. Maybe I'll get a clip of that. I'll shut this video down. I'll get the clip of that when it happens. That's a lot of things people don't know. A lot of people don't know that, and I've never seen a YouTuber talk about it. This is Femex. When the funding's positive, when there's no negative symbol here for longs, that means a lot of people are longing right now. When you're short on that, Femex pays you as long as you use limit orders. You're the maker of the order, right? They pay you, so I'm getting paid. So this happens 3 times a day. I'll get like 90 cents. I'm almost up to $3. I'll be making $3 a day until I close this down. You know, and if this goes for 10 days, that's $30. And I don't want to be short for a long period of time. But anyways, like I say, all these blue vertical lines are Bitcoin dumps. You can't really see the big peaks in the last range because now we're on a bigger scale. But you can see them here on the chainlink chart. I'm still Bitcoin, stupid. Look, the chainlink. Okay, one more thing. There's a gravestone doji. And this chainlink, I've kind of used this chainlink chart. It's probably a pretty good indicator of what Bitcoin and the overall crypto market's doing. Because chainlink's a pretty big, popular crypto. And I've noticed a lot of correlation. Like I just showed you, these blue vertical lines, right? It's pretty clear, right? Pretty clear. Chainlink peaks, Bitcoin dumps. Chainlink peaks and dumps, Bitcoin dumps. Bitcoin doesn't have to necessarily peak. It's just Bitcoin can just be going sideways, right, or whatever. But when Chainlink pumps up, Bitcoin dumps, right? All these blue lines are Bitcoin dumps. Bitcoin dump, Bitcoin dump, Bitcoin dump, Bitcoin dump. I'm going back down to the 12-hour. That's where I wanted to start, but I'm just making this video off the cuff. Look at that. This is Chainlink. It went up to almost $19. You can see that. See this guy here? That's pretty much a gravestone doji, and those usually show up the real good, big, juicy ones with the tiny, thin little bodies. They are usually at the very top of a pump that comes down. Now this is the 12-hour chart and the daily chart I've been talking about. So in 3 or 4 hours, don't leave a comment saying, "Oh, you stupid, dabba dabba." Come back in 3 or 4 days and see what happened. This is looking, I mean, it doesn't, right? What do these have in common? Not so much this one, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5, right? Is it 5? So that's what I'm watching. Can Chainlink get above 18? And I'll extrapolate that, use big fancy words, into the whole crypto market for the most part, specifically Bitcoin and everything that follows that. Right, this is probably what's happening. That's probably a wonderful indicator of the crypto market over the next week or two. A big gravestone doji. Look at that guy. You can't really see the body. See that? Now it doesn't have to be like that. There's one back here, kind of a grave. Not a real good one, but it actually pumped away. It turned red, and then the next day it pumped away from it. But that's looking pretty. So anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope somebody out there got something out of this. And don't forget to subscribe. Come back and watch my trade. Last video I was at $4,000. My entry price was $16.20. You can see I've basically doubled my position in little increments. I got a lot of stack in above $18. So I've got this way up over. My entry price is over 17 now, which is at the very top of the range. Actually, you know, the very, very top of the range, which should be a real nice one, as long as it doesn't establish a new range above. My liquidation price, 21.12, and I can push that up, way up, and I will continue to do that. I'm in for 2019 times 4x for 8,000. I'm in profit, and in 2 minutes, I'll be in another like 90 cents profit. And let me know in the comment section how you think this is going to work out for me. I saw a lot of comments on my last video. And the one thing I like about this subject is someone can come on and just say anything in the comments, and I can't say you're totally wrong. So it's it's a lot better feeling dealing with haters on a channel like this, because you might be right. You know, maybe Chainlink goes to $50 and I'm a stupid, you know. So you know what? I got this going. So let's just watch. That way I don't have to edit it. Let me blabber for 1 more minute at you, and we'll see. So 1/100%. When you do it on a calculator, you go 0.0001, 3 zeros and a 1, times 8,043. Should be 80 cents, 0.4, but it's usually more. So we'll see what happens. 80 cents would be $3.27. Just round that off. $3.27 is what I should have, but it's never. I don't know how they exactly calculate it. It's close enough. It's usually a little more. Okay, 27, 26. This is kind of fun. This is something a lot of people don't know. It's something I've kind of got accustomed to for myself on Femex. I don't know Other exchanges might not be like that. But this is kind of why I was just comfortable. I don't care. I'm underwater 277. That's all right. I'm confident. I feel like I'm in control. And that's just the way I do it. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. $3.30. So that's pretty close. Pretty close. And all right, now I'm gonna get out here. That's realized profit. See, now I have $1.68. I've accumulated that. I'm just go ahead and do this right now. And I'm just gonna put that right in here. Watch. So that's free money. And so it's not only I'm in profit $3.30. I know this sounds kind of stupid because it's such a small number, but I turn around and I put it right back into my position. Right. Reinvest the profit immediately. Watch. Boom. Did it go through? I want that to go through so I can show you. Let's cancel that. Is this a limit order? Gotta use limit orders. You gotta be the maker. Maker to orders means use limit, not market orders. Market orders, you're the taker. You're taking someone else's limit order. Use a limit order, you're the maker. So people come in and market longs, they're buying my limit shorts, and I get paid for it. A lot of people might not know that. It's kind of interesting. And they can come into big play huge later, right when we get to the top of the crypto market after the parabolic push. Oh, see, no, it's too far away. After the parabolic push, you might want to enter a big short like this, right? And then they pay you. But I mean, we'll talk about that later. But okay, that was too far away from the price. They wouldn't let you see that message that says it's going to be market. I don't want market. I want limit. So there it is. Okay, limit. Go through this time. Okay, it went through that time. Didn't it? Let's see. This video got too long. I apologize. Oh, no, moving lines around. Dang it. Grabbing lines on accident. I'm sitting on my desk with a cat on my mouse and my hand. And okay, yeah, so see, it took out just like a penny for that little trade, not even a penny, whatever it was. But see that? I just put $1.60 into my position. I'm now in for 8,050, right? And every 8 hours, they'll keep giving me that free money, right? And if I increase my position, it'll just be more. Like if I'm in for 10,000 over here, that'll be $1 every 8 hours. It seems to be a little more, like I said, but all right, that's it, man. This is looking like a gravestone doji, and I'm just gonna say this probably correlates to the entire crypto market, namely Bitcoin. Probably dump all coming. Probably kind of a slow, sustained dude. Maybe a big red juicy candle here and there, but probably not the terrible. Maybe. But, all right, later. Thanks for watching.